Welcome back. Well, a new whistleblower coming forward accusing the CIA of blocking federal investigators from interviewing Hunter Biden's so-called sugar brother, Kevin Morris, during the 5-year probe into Hunter's tax returns. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer and Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan sending a letter to CIA Director William Burns saying that 2 DOJ officials were allegedly called into the CIA headquarters and they were told Morris could not be a witness for their investigation into Hunter Biden. The House Judiciary Committee is now suing 2 Justice Department officials, attempting to enforce subpoenas for their testimony related to this Hunter Biden tax investigation. Lawmakers want to ask the officials why they agreed to bring charges against Hunter for the 2014 and 2015 tax years, and then why they reversed that decision a few months later. Joining me right now is Texas Congressman Pat Fallon. He's a member of the House Oversight and Armed Services Committees. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So what went on here? You never got to interview Kevin Morris. And what do you believe took place?
Well, Maria, I should be shocked and surprised upon learning this, but I'm not at all, because it just simply fits a pattern. What federal agency hasn't protected Hunter Biden? We've got the FBI, the IRS, the DOJ, U.S. Assistant Attorney Leslie Wolf. Again, it fits a pattern. And there's 2 tiers of justice. If your last name is Biden, you can get away with millions of dollars of tax evasion and not face any consequences, because he almost did. I mean, they almost had a blanket immunity deal. Fortunately, Judge Noriega stepped in and said, no, I'm going to avoid this. And he's going to face some charges. He's going to face gun charges, and he's going to face tax evasion charges. And Maria, I think he's going to get convicted of both, but not serve a day in jail. So mark my words. This is March of 2024. I'm going to make a prediction, Maria. I think Joe Biden will lose the election in November, and in his lame duck two and a half months, he's going to pardon his son before he ever sees the inside of a jail cell.
So will there ever be any accountability for this influence peddling that you and your colleagues have laid out and told us has been going on for decades?
That's to be determined. I mean, we've always, in the Oversight Committee, we've gone where the evidence leads us, and it's led us to discover $24 million of illicit foreign cash going into the Biden pockets. I mean, I laid it out when Hunter Biden didn't show up for his public hearing that him and his lawyer crowed about for months. So we gave it to him, and he didn't show because he was a coward. But I mean, his father had Ukraine under his portfolio of responsibility in the Obama administration. And it just so happened that an energy giant, Burisma, in Ukraine hired Hunter Biden for $1 million a year. And the prosecutor general, Victor Shokin, who was investigating the CEO of Burisma, was fired, and was Mikhailo Zlochevsky, the CEO, was never investigated again after Joe Biden went to Ukraine and demanded he be fired.
Right.
Things that make you go,
And that's one policy decision that you and your colleagues have speculated that Joe Biden got paid for. You just said you've identified $24 million that have gone to the Biden family members. Tony Bobulinski, in the hearing the other day, said that he believes 9 to 10 million of that came directly from China. Do we know if there are policy decisions that Joe Biden made, either as vice president or president, about China that he got paid for?
Well, certainly there's strong suspicions. I mean, when he was president-elect, he said something that I found at the time very startling, which was a strong and vibrant and prosperous economically a strong China is in the United States' best interest. And I thought, no, that's just going to give more power to meddle in the region and become more aggressive. And that's exactly what has happened. So I think Joe Biden was exactly the president that the Chinese communists wanted. Finding leaks, I got to be honest, Maria, finding leaks is very difficult because they've lawyered up. They're not participating in, and cooperating in the investigation at all. In fact, they're stymieing it in every way. And they've gotten, Hunter was the bag man. And this is why you have so many shell companies. I don't know anybody that ever pockets seed money. And Maria, after a full year plus of investigating, the Democrats can't even tell us what services the Biden family provided anyone.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering why Joe Biden just doesn't shut this down. I mean, the White House rejected your committee and James Comer's invitation for President Biden to testify in the impeachment probe. Here's what New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney told me on this program yesterday on why she believes Biden will not testify. Watch.
Tony Bobulinski really proved that Joe Biden is indeed the big guy. He committed crimes. He talked about RICO, racketeering, talked about violating the FARA Act, the Foreign Agents Registration Act, which was clearly violated by Hunter Biden as he was using his father as the brand. His father, Joe Biden, was the brand. He was the instrumental in making all this foreign influence peddling. Joe Biden's testimony isn't even needed, but it would certainly be, not only would it be great theater, it would also be damning evidence, and that's why they're not going to put him out there.
Your reaction, Congressman?
No, I think Claudia Tenney, my good friend, very smart, and she's right. Listen, if you get accused of something that you didn't do, I'm eager to prove my innocence.
Right.
Always have been, and say, come on, this is ridiculous. Here,
yeah, exactly.
They should have handed Maria all of their bank records over immediately when we suspected things. Because, sorry, go ahead.
I want to ask you about his policy. Okay, so we've got corruption in one corner, potential corruption in one corner, and then just policy that is failing in another. There is an invasion at the southern border.